In this exercise, we have a line layer depicting streams and a polygon layer depicting ponds. We are looking for locations near where a stream enters or exits a pond. We would like to measure some habitat characteristics in the vicinity of these locations, say within 50 feet, but the sample points must be randomly distributed within the areas that we have defined. This is so that we do not introduce our bias into the sampling design by selecting points based on characteristics that we happen to like, such as easy walking. We don't want sample points that are not on land, so we are going to have to erase those areas that overlap with the ponds. The first step in our process is to create a buffer using the geoprocessing buffer tool, where the input features are the ponds, our linear unit is 50 feet. Our side type is outside only, and that will create a 50-foot band around the outside of each one of these ponds. We are going to set the dissolve type to all. Okay. So now we can see our 50-foot band, and we can see that we can use this to clip out those areas of the stream that are within 50 feet of the pond, making them an inlet or an outlet. To do that, we use the geoprocessing clip tool. Our input feature will be the streams. Our clip feature will be the buffer. We can see that we've created locations that are streams only within 50 feet of one of these ponds. Now we want a 50-foot buffer around each one of those to define our potential sampling area. Our input feature will now be our clipped portion of the stream. Our distance will be, as we decided before, 50 feet. Our side type can remain full. Our dissolve type will be set to all. So now we've defined areas of potential sampling that are within 50 feet of one of these streams. We do want to have only those areas that do not overlap with a pond. That means that we have to use a tool called Erase. We find that within the Analysis toolbox. Our input feature will be the buffered portion of the streams that are within 50 feet of the ponds, and our erase feature is going to be the ponds themselves. Now that leaves us with areas that are potentially the habitat that we wish to sample, but we also have areas that are more than 50 feet away from the pond. We can reuse that same buffer that we created before, and we can clip this buffer to the original one. Let's do that now. Our input feature class is going to be our erased buffer. I used the wrong tool there. I want clip, not buffer. The input feature is going to be the buffer erase. The clip feature is going to be our original ponds buffer. Okay, and now we see we have a new potential sampling area that is only those areas that are within 50 feet of a pond and within 50 feet of that section of stream. That is defined as our potential sampling area. What we have to do now is create random points within these areas. So let's have a look at them in full. There they are. These are our potential sampling areas. We need to create random points within them. The tool we want is called Create Random Points, and that is within the Data Management toolbox. Our output sample points is going to be called Sample Points 20. We are calling it 20 because we've decided that we want to have 20 points to sample. We've done a power analysis and determined that for our statistical test we need a sample size of 20. Our constraining feature class is going to be this fully constrained potential sampling area. Okay. And now we have 20 randomly located points that can be input into our GPS, or we can export this map itself into an Avenza map in a georeferenced PDF. We can use either of those methods to navigate to these points, sample the habitat characteristics, and then reattach those habitat characteristics as attributes within this attribute table, allowing us to display those attributes on the map.